And just because of the way this season has shaken out, and it's kind of this bizarro world Premier League season right now, this is the moment. And you have this nice lead at the top. What are your goals? Well, life is all about evaluation. As we are a few weeks into 2025, it's time to assess ourselves and the Premier League clubs that are playing on several fronts. Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, Tottenham are all alive in Carabao Cup, FA Cup, battling for Premier League positioning, and for the first two, Champions League as well. But what is realistic to achieve? What should the goals for each of these clubs be? And that is for us to decide. All right, so we have all been assigned a club, and we are going to give them their goals, what we believe their goals for the season should be, and how they should be prioritizing these competitions. So, Nico, you are going to start us off. You have been assigned Newcastle United.
Can I preface this by saying that for many of these teams, you want to go out and accomplish all of these goals.
100%.
Like when you're being hired for a job, these are the things that I want to take care of. And right now, Newcastle, they're in the trophy hunt for a Carabao Cup. They're 2 games away from lifting that title. But for them, it feels like finishing top 4 in the Premier League is also a priority. So let's take it chronologically. Although top 4 EPL finish will get you in the Champions League, and that's important, let's take it step by step. This is a long-term goal. You hack at it week in, week out. And that's going to be a possibility if you keep on performing the way you're performing, but you are so close to Carabao Cup, and that trophy comes sooner than you can accomplish this. And this, if you win a trophy, the confidence that's going to give the group to be able to finish top 4 is going to be significant. And then FA Cup, if you already won a domestic cup, which will get you into Conference League, but the top 4 finish is going to get you into Champions League. And if you can see that, you have your eye on the prize, maybe getting knocked out of FA Cup in a later round is not that big of a deal if you're obtaining these goals, especially when this man is on fire. On fire. I think they've won their last 7 matches across all competitions. They've been really, really in form. I think that makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense, and I think a lot of Newcastle supporters would absolutely agree with those goals. All right, Darian Jenkins, you have been assigned Tottenham.
Tottenham. I got big and. So 12th in Premier League, 9th in Europa, getting into the second leg of the Carabao Cup against our Sus, Liverpool, who they took down in the first leg, and 3rd in FA Cup. For me, biggest priority was Carabao Cup. As Ancha said numerous times, I win trophies my second year. Here's one that's actually more tangible than we expected it to be. So winning the Carabao Cup, getting some hardware for him. Second, FA Cup. This is more hardware, this is more qualification, a bigger runway for Ange to prove himself, to get more consistency in the squad, get healthy players back in action, and really solidify the identity. And last, the ability to finish top 6. You have to beat some tough competition that are on fire right now in the EPL. I don't think that's going to happen. Yes, they're typically a top 6 team, the history of Tottenham, but not this.
Could I throw something at you?
Yeah, let's do it.
On the 3rd list in terms of priority, I think that the Europa League should be there, because if they win that, they qualify for Champions League. And I think top 4 is
out of the question.
Out of the question. It's not going to happen
for them. Too far away.
But if they do get everyone back healthy and they start to pick up steam and momentum, I think they really do have a shot, if they're at their best, to win the Europa League. So therefore, it could go higher up the table, and maybe 2.
They have a better chance of making Champions League via the Europa League.
Yes.
That's almost a fact, obviously, not 100%, but empirically. But and I'm going to say this wearing a Liverpool jersey. Please give me a Spurs Newcastle
I would love
Carabao
to see
Cup final.
That would be great.
How much that would mean.
Even I can say that. Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, Chuck. You're up. Arsenal.
Right.
Center stage.
Arsenal. All right. Trophy hunt. Arteta's been at the helm now for a while, and
why do you say that so?
Because it's Premier League, we're second right now. This is the priority, the Premier League title. And I know Liverpool have a wonderful lead, but it feels like every time Arsenal have stumbled, Liverpool have also stumbled a little bit. And that has, I think, kept Arsenal still in the title race. I think as long as you're in Champions League, that's going to be a priority. And we saw last season they were this close to getting to the semifinal, losing to Bayern Munich. And it feels like Arsenal are in this holding pattern of, do we have what it takes to be involved in both of these competitions? And I think the depth is a factor. So this January transfer window could be massive for them if they can add a couple of pieces, which will help them compete for both. Carabao Cup, I know they're in the semifinal and they're already down 2-0 to Newcastle. It's important, but in terms of priority, these two come first over Carabao Cup. And FA Cup, yeah, they're 14-time winners. Mikel Arteta has already won this trophy. It's not going to do it for the Arsenal faithful. For Arsenal supporters, this competition and this competition, yes, it's nice to have a trophy. It's more important, I think, for Arteta to get the trophy than it is for Arsenal. Arsenal need the Premier League title, and the Champions League, of course, is second priority. But for me, Arsenal, for them to kind of legitimize what Arteta has done in this project, it's winning the Premier League title. And it feels like this season would be the perfect opportunity to do that. But they've stumbled, and
so
Bukayo
close the
Saka
last
is
two
out.
seasons.
So your biggest player is out till March. What is Arteta going to do to keep it going? And I think you need to add firepower.
I think that's fair.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with all of this. All right, should I guess I'm up?
Let me guess.
Go on, Suze.
Take a wild guess.
Accrington Stanley.
Accrington Stanley. 100%. No, of course, it's Liverpool. Are you guys going to be so relieved to not have to talk about Liverpool all the time?
No, because we're going to keep on talking about Arsenal.
That's true. Yeah, so obviously right now they're first in Premier League, first in Champions League. They're down in Carabao Cup, which they did win last season. In FA Cup, they've got a pretty good matchup in Accrington Stanley. So for me, and I think most Liverpool fans would agree with this, is that your focus is the Premier League title at this point. You know, you're looking for your 20th Premier League title, but only your second in this modern day iteration of Premier League. And just because of the way this season has shaken out, and it's kind of this bizarro world Premier League season right now, this is the moment. And you have this nice lead at the top.
How much, on that note, before you finish this, at the beginning of the season, winning the Premier League maybe wasn't an obligation.
Oh, no.